welcome back to the Card Man's Cards. Today we're going to be doing a Genesys list. If you don't know what Genesys is, it is a alternate format for Yu-Gi-Oh! It uses a point-based system instead of a ban list. Certain cards that have powerful archetype support or generic staples that have point values associated with them. For example, Ash Blossom, Veiler, Imperm, Droll, many along the site. But basically, every card printed is legal depending on the point of value it has. Any standard Genesys event caps at 100 points. So you can have 100 points maximum. You can have less, but not more. But you can have as many, up to 3 copies of a card, up to 100 points. Anyways, Genesys also removes Link and Pendulum monsters. So it's back to Xyz and lower. So you have Xyz, Synchro, Fusion, Ritual, all those. No Pendulum, no Links, which is kind of bad for Raidraptor because Raidraptor really likes their Link 2 wise. But I found a workaround. So let's get into it and let's go over these cards. First up, we have a typical staple of Raidraptor Bloom Vulture. Is a Dark Winged Beast, level 4. If you do not control any face-up cards other than Winged Beasts, monsters, you can summon this card from your hand and one Raidraptor monster from your hand. If you control no monsters, you can target 2 level 4 or lower Raidraptor monsters in your grave, including this card, to summon them in defense position. You can only one Raidraptor Bloom effect. Sorry, you only use one Raidraptor Bloom Vulture effect per turn and only once that turn. Also, you can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn you activate this effect, except dark monsters, which everything you run is dark, so it doesn't matter. Which is an easy 3 of just summons 2 generic names. So you summon Bloom and something else. Next up is 3 copies of Strangle Lanius. It is a Dark Winged Beast, level 4. If you control a dark monster, summon this card from your hand. Also, have special summon for the rest of the turn, except dark monsters. If you control an Xyz monster with a dark Xyz monster as material, you can target one level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster in your graveyard, summon it, but its effects are negated. You can use each effect of Raidraptor Strangle Lanius once per turn. So you can get both effects of this card, but they're only once each. So you can summon it, then summon a monster from graveyard. You have the appropriate condition. Next up is 3 copies of Tribute Lanius. It's a level 4 Darkwing Beast, surprising no one. Once per turn, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one Raidraptor card from your deck to the grave during your main phase 2. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can this turn, you can add one rank up magic quick play spell from your deck to the hand. Also, summon for the rest of the turn, except Raidraptor monsters. Each effect rated for Tribute Lanius once per turn. Heads up, this never happens. I've never had this effect of Tribute Lanius resolve, mainly because it becomes an Xyz material and it never is on field for a battle. Never. If it is, it's because you're doing no bad. But yeah, that secondary effect has never come up. I've played this deck for years, so yeah, you can mitigate the restriction. Next up is a Simorgh monster, not a Raidraptor, but it basically should just say Raidraptor, Bird of Perfection. Simorgh, Bird of Perfection. It's a rank 4 Dark Winged Beast. When face up on the field, it also becomes a wind. You can use each effect of the following effects of Simorgh, the Bird of Perfection, once per turn. During the main phase, if you normal summon a Winged Beast monster, you can reveal this card in your hand. Immediately after it resolves, normal summon a Simorgh. So basically, you normal summon a Winged Beast, reveal it, normal summon a Simorgh. And then, when on normal or special, you can send another Simorgh monster from deck to grave as a Simorgh Speller Trap, which I do run one. 2 of those guys, just so you see them. 3 Raider's Wing. This is a tie-in card between the other Dark Xyz decks. So we have Raidraptor, the Phantom Knights, and Xyz Dragon. They have 4 cards in total that were printed. We have Raider's Wing, Phantom Knights rank up Magical Force, Raidraptor, Phantom Knight's Claw, and Raider's Knight. These are all combination pieces that incorporate all 3 of them. Raider's Wing is a level 4 Darkwing Beast. This card is always treated as a Phantom Knights and Raidraptor card. If this card is in your hand or grave, you can detach from the Xyz monster, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Each effect of Raider's Wing once per turn. An Xyz monster whose original attribute is the dark and has this card as material gains the effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So it's a free summon when you detach from an Xyz, and then when it's material for an Xyz, it gives that Xyz target protection. Next up is Mimicry Lanius. It's you run 2. It is a level 4 Darkwing Beast. First effect is very okay. Once per turn during the main phase of this card is normal or special summon. This turn, you can increase the level of all Raidraptor monsters you currently control by 1. You're never going to use it. If you do, I'll be very surprised because like there's only one card you would ever want to increase the level of, and it's Heal Eagle, but you have other ways to do it. And then the card effect that you want to use, if this card is in the graveyard, you can banish it and then add one Raidraptor card from your deck to the hand, except itself. You can use each effect of Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius once per turn. Sorry, this effect Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius once per turn. Yeah, it's just like the perfect card to send off a tribute because it just gets you whatever card you need. Next up is Noir. Noir, you can target one Raidraptor monster on the field. Special summon, you can add one Raidraptor monster that is a different level than the targeted monster. And then you can banish this card from the graveyard, increase or decrease the levels of all Raidraptor monsters you can control by one, using each effective Raidraptor Noir Lanius once per turn. So this allows you to target itself, add Heal or Noir just for more progression. Raidraptor Heal Eagle. It's a level 3 Darkwing Beast. Surprising it's a level 3, but that's perfectly fine. Because typically if you would need to use it, you would get it off Noir, banish itself to increase Heal to a 4. If all monsters you couldn't control right after minimum 1, you can special summon this card. This card is also way better in this advanced version because this is just where you link. You can target one after spell trap in the graveyard, add it to the hand. But yeah, it's just another additional target to send off of tribute, or if you absolutely have to use the Noir to add this guy to summon it, become a 4, you can too. Next up is Pain Lanius. It's a level 1 Darkwing Beast. Cannot be used for an exceed material except for a winged beast type monster. If he's in your hand, you can target a Raidraptor monster you control in the field. You take damage equal to attack or defense, whichever is lower. Summon this card, and that card becomes that monster's level. You can only use that effect once per turn. And then the big finish is Laughing Puffin. He's a dark level 4 Darkwing Beast. I said level 4 twice there. Face up spell trap is on the field. Special summon this card from your hand. You contribute one beast monster. Target one face up spell trap on the field. Return that card to the hand, but for the rest of the turn, you cannot activate cards or effects or the effects of cards with the same name than that card had once per turn. This is a quick effect from all monster control or winged beast, minimum 1. Each effect, Laughing Puffin once per turn. So this is just a free summon. And then you contribute a winged beast you control to bounce a continuous spell. But yeah, it's very handy. Next up is 3 Skullmeister. It's a dark level 4 fiend. It just negates stuff in the grave. When a card activates in the graveyard, discard this, negate it. This is mainly random because you run Strangle. Because Strangle, you control dark, summon it. And yeah, if you open Skullmeister and Strangle, that's a bad open, but it's okay. Next up is Ash Blossom of Joyous Springs. I do believe Ash is 15 points. But when your opponent activates one of the following, add a card from deck to hand, summon a monster from deck, or send a card from deck to grave. Discard this card and negate the activation. And Valor is during your opponent's turn. Discard this card, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and negate their activate effect. Next up, Raidraptor is a strange Xyz archetype, as you can probably tell in the extra deck. That there's a bunch of monsters that are not rank 4 in there. Or even 3s. Yeah, Raidraptor uses rank up magic cards. There are a bunch of them. I'm only running 3. That increase the rank or summon Xyz monsters with different ranks from the extra deck by using these cards. It's still treated as an Xyz summon, but it mitigates the rank level of the monsters needed. So first off, we have Skip Force, target Xyz monster you control. Special summon from the extra deck. Target special summon one Raidraptor monster that is 2 ranks higher than the target by using the target as material. Transfer the Xyz materials of the original Xyz to that Xyz monster. This is treated as an Xyz summon. During the main phase, to turn this card was sent to the grave, banish this card and one Raidraptor monster you control. Sorry, one monster from the grave, then target one Raidraptor Xyz monster in your graveyard, summon it. So it allows you to go up by 2, and then second turn, banish it to summon an Xyz back. Next up is a Phantom Knight's rank up magic force. This is also one of the combo cards that incorporates all 3 of the dark Xyz. It's a quick play. During the main phase, you can banish one or more dark monsters from the grave, then target one dark Xyz monster you control, special summon from the extra deck. The Phantom Knight's Raidraptor Xyz Dragon or a Xyz monster whose rank equals a targeted monster you control plus the number of monsters banished by using it as material. So there's the turn. After this card resolves, you can special summon from the rest of the turn, except Xyz monster. This trees an Xyz summon. Transfer its materials to the special monster. You can activate one Phantom Knight's rank up magic force once per turn. So this allows you just to rank up equal to the number of banished monsters. The last one is Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor's Force. It's a quick play. Also, it's really good because it also has the Raidraptor's name in it, so it's searchable off of other cards, which is very nice. It's probably the best addition to the archetype. Just is like, hey, look, I get my own searchable rank up spell now. Whoa! During the main phase or opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Raidraptor Exceeds monsters you control and are in the graveyard, including a monster on the field, if not at least 2 remaining phase of resolution. Now summon 1 Raidraptor Exceeds monsters from your extra deck with a rank equal to the combined ranks. And if you do, attach the targeted monsters to it as material. This treats an Exceed summon, transfer materials to the summoned monster. You can activate 1 Rise Rank Up Magic or Raidraptor's Force once per turn. So this allows you to basically perform Synchro Summon as an Exceed summon, which is very nice. The last Raidraptor card we run is Raidraptor Roost. It is a continuous spell. If a Raidraptor monster is special summoned from the extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can add 1 Raidraptor spell trap from your deck to your hand, except Raidraptor Roost. You can target. Then once per turn, you can target 3 Raidraptor monsters that are banished or in your grave. Place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and draw 1 card. You can each effect a Raidraptor Roost once per turn. So anytime a Raidraptor when the first time a Raidraptor extra deck monster is summoned, you add a spell trap, and then you can target 3, draw 1. And one of the best cards ever printed for TCG exclusive card is Swallow's Cowrie. It's a quick play spell, so you can use it in pretty much any phase you want. Contribute 1 winged beast monster in your hand or face up on the field. Add 1 winged beast monster from your deck to your hand with the same level as the attributed monster. And activate 1 Swallow's Cowrie once per turn. So, say I open, I don't know, Noir and Bloom. Like, I don't want Noir. Swallow's Cowrie, add tribute. Boom. Ha 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 ha. I did it. But yeah. Lastly, the last spell we're running is just to inform you guys, all of the rank up spells in the current game, I do believe, are 1 point, if not more. I know all of these are 1 point for Genesis. Call by the Grave is 20. Call by Grave is target 1 monster in your opponent's grave. Banish, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and the effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. So it's just more negation. And then Imperm. I think Imperm's like 13 points per copy, I think. I do believe. It's like 16, I think. It's like 26. I don't know. I'll have the correct point value at the end of the description with the card for the deck list. Target 1 face-up card your opponent controls negates effects until the end of the turn. Then if this card was set before the activation on the field for the resolution, for the rest of the turn, any other spell and trap act effects in the same column as it are negated. Last 2 cards are Raidraptor's I almost said Barrage. No, that's the original name. Glorious Bright. If you control Raidraptor monster, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Or if you control Raidraptor Exceeds monster, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and negate that card's effect. At the end of the turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard and then target 1 Raidraptor monster and it's banished or in your grave. Add it to your hand. You each effect a Raidraptor Glorious Bright effect per turn and only once that turn. So basically, it's an Omni if you control an Exceeds, which you run Tower, so it's not going to be hard to get. Lastly, we have Raidraptor's Phantom Knight Claw. It's a counter trap. When a monster effect is activated, detach 1 material from this card from a dark Exceeds monster you control. They get the activation if you do destroy that card. Then if the detached material was the Phantom Knight's Raidraptor Exceeds card, Raidraptor Exceeds monster, you control again the attack equal to the destroyed monster. Original attack, you can activate 1 Raidraptor's Phantom Knight Claw once per turn. Yeah, that's how that works, right? Yeah. Phantom Knight's Raidraptor Exceeds Dragon card. 1 Raidraptor. Yeah. But that's worded. It's very strange. Let's move on to the extra deck. We have 3 Force Strix, the Darkwing Beast. Requires 2 level 4s. Gains 500 attack and defense for each Winged Beast monster you control, except this card. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card. Add a level 4 Darkwing Beast monster from deck to hand. It is a soft once per turn. You can use all 3 copies in 1 turn if you like. I've done it. It's not hard. Next up, Evilswarm Nightmare. It's a level 4 Dark Fiend. Requires level 4s. When your opponent summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can detach from this card. Change the summon monster to face down defense position. This is a quick effect, even though it is worded weird. Sorry, it's not a quick effect, but it triggers when your opponent does a thing. Next up is a level 4 Dark Warrior. So if you use the effect of Pain cannot summon Raider's Knight. It's a warrior, not a winged beast. This is always treated as a Phantom Knights and Raidraptor card. You can detach one material from this card. Just summon from your extra deck one Phantom Knights, Raidraptor Exceeds, Dragon Exceeds monster is one rank higher or lower from this card. Now using this face-up card as material. Destroy it during the opponent's end phase. This reason, you can see someone transfer material to the summoned monster. You can only each effective Raider's Knight once per turn. So, this allows you to rank up or down into any of the following Raidraptor, Phantom Knights, or Exceeds Dragons. Next up is the Anti-Luminescent Knights at 2 level 4s during their player's turn. When a card or effect is activated that targets exactly one card on the field, and no other cards, you can detach one material from this card and negate target another card on the field that would be appropriate for the target for that card. Effect that a card is now targets the new target. So it just replaces the target. That's all it does. Next up, we have Stranger Falcon. It's in rank 5, Darkwing Beast. This card has an Exceeds monster as material. It gains the following effect. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceeds material from this card, then target one monster opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent's original attack. If this card is in your possession, it's destroyed by opponent's card, by battle or card effect, and sent to the graveyard. You can target one random Exceeds monster in the grave, except Stranger Falcon. So summon it, and if you do, attach this card as material. So it's very nice. It's a burn, and also if it gets removed, you get any free Exceeds from the grave. Next up is Brave Strix. It's a rank 5 newer card. It's another winged beast. If a Raider Exceeds monster, this card gains attack equal to its rank times 100. So if you use if it's under an Exceeds monster, if it's used for Exceeds material, blah blah blah, can't talk. It gains the fat effect, and then you can only each effect the following effects rated after Brave Strix once per turn, and only once that turn. You can detach material on this card. Set one rated for spell/trap from your deck. This card is a winged beast monster as material. You can detach to this card as cost. Add one rank up magic spells from your deck. You could either or. You can either set a rank up spell trap, or you can add a rank up spell. You don't get both. Lastly, we have Raidraptor Revolution Falcon. You can detach one material from this card. This turn, this card can attack all monsters opponent controls once each. Start the damage step if this card battles opponent's face up summon a monster. The attack and defense become 0. If this card is ready for Exceed monster as a material, it gains effect. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack the monster had on the field. Next, we have Arsenal Falcon, a rank 7 Darkwing Beast. Once per turn, you can detach one from this card, special summon one level 4 winged beast monster from your deck. If this card has any number of rated monsters as material, it can attack up to the number of times each battle phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, it has a rated monster as material. Special summon one Raidraptor Exceeds monster from your extra deck, except itself. And if you do, attach this card from your grave to it as material. So you get a free Exceeds by just sending it to the grave, which is awesome. Next up is a rank 8 Sunlight Cannon Falcon. Winged Beast. Darkwing Beast. If this card is Exceeds summoned by using a Raidraptor Exceeds monster as material, destroy all spell and trap your opponent controls. Your opponent cannot activate our cards in effect in response to this activation. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack for each Raidraptor monster in your grave. So it's basically Harpies. And then we have our towers, which is Raidraptor's Ultimate Falcon, rank 10, Darkwing Beast Exceeds, 35 attack, 2k defense. Unaffected by other card effects. You can detach one of those cards. For the rest of the turn, all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects if this card, Raidraptor monster is material, gains its effect. And once per turn during the end phase, you can make all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000. Also, if your monsters has no phase-up monsters, inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. So it also burns. Lastly, the big bird, the one that the king bird, king bird. God, did I say bird enough? Raidraptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. It's a rank 13, second to exist, Darkwing Beast, 4k 35, unaffected by other card effects. If this card is Exceed summoned, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. Then, if this card has 3 or more Raidraptor Exceeds monster with different names as material, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the combined original attack of the destroyed monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 3 materials from this card, then target one Raidraptor Exceeds monster in your grave. This card gains that monster's effect until the end of the turn. So, on summon, it nukes the whole board. It sends everything. Monster, spell, traps, everything. And if you have 3 different names as material, it burns your opponent for the combined original attack. And once per turn, you can detach drain materials from this card. The target a Raidraptor exceeds in the grave, duplicate the effect, including the cost of the detach. So you have it with 4 materials. You detach 3, then you have the detach 1 more for the additional effect. But yeah, that is it. Go ahead and look at the side if you like. It's a Kaiju Repulsion, which is basically Giant Trinade. Lightning Vortex is just Regeki, spot removal, spell and trap removal, spell negation, graveyard negation. Nothing crazy. Anyways, that has been it. This has been the Cardman's Cards. This has been Genesys, Raidraptor. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Keep collecting. Bye.